You're depressed.
With Cookie
Meanwhile,
Fun
I'm
Rock
sitting
Math
here
Time.
like, oh god, I'm baby. Is this what I have to look forward to?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Speaking of Cookie Math Rock Fun Time, do you guys want to roll your test rolls?
Roll bones.
2.
2.
16.
4.
12.
You got one more.
Might be a 6. Either a 6 or an 8.
Sarah, can you access your sheet? We actually never checked. Oh, she get unfortunate.
I was way off.
Well, she rolled an at one, so no, she can't access her sheet.
Not anymore. Not anymore. She can't.
I can
Fail.
access my sheet. The only reason I couldn't last week or whatever was because internet was being stupid.
Yep. But, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to episode 69 of Exilia Regalia. It's the funny weed number, haha.
Nice.
Nice.
Weed number. Blaze it up, right, gamers?
Come
But, hello. I am your humble dumble master, the one and only Pudding Pastry, joined by my illustrious cast of intrepid adventurers. We've got the CGs, we got the Joe Motos, we got the Wolfstalker 16s, we got the, I almost said the Ravans, the J Frost 747s, and the Wicked Red River 97s. Say hello, friends.
Hello.
Now roll. I'm a person who is close with some people here.
Facts. We unfortunately don't have Punk tonight. Punk is playing mediator at a family event. So she may or may not be fighting somebody. We're gonna find out. But she is unfortunately not here tonight, which is fine. It just means more fun for the rest of us, right, gang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on that note, let me find some appropriate music for fun times.
Are we going to the carnival?
That sounds terrifying.
I'm all for it.
Anyways.
That sounds spooky.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Tart.
actually liked that. That was cool.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
Mind if I borrow that for Barovia?
No,
I'm kidding,
purely
I'm kidding.
because the boss that would work most for it, we bypassed.
That sounds like metagaming. I'm kidding.
Last time, after your standoff with the Archfey Corladora, you all were finally able to catch your breath for an extended moment. Flit, Ravan, and Lily went back down to the City of Dragon's Reach, while Corvin, Corey, and Sarah stayed in Nevillis to explore the city a bit. Lily went down, checked on Genia. Ravan reported to Cedric, telling him the truth about what happened with Aurelia, and admitted a harsh truth to Theon that maybe his power wasn't enough for what's to come. Flit learned the truth about Toshi from Reno, and sealed a bond as strong as family with a small but powerful lizard, as well as took the first step in a romance with Reno. Meanwhile, Corvin, Corey, and Sarah explored the illustrious streets, that was hard to say, of Nevillis, before finally attending a celebration in the Alakir household. Sarah met with a few of the family members, Corvin shared a heartfelt moment with his father, and Corey got plastered, becoming a
Turned down for
sentient
what?
lava lamp and the life of the party. It was a long day, several fights with powerful adversaries, a lot of emotional moments, many twists and turns. But finally, after the longest day of this journey thus far, the party bunked down for a well-deserved long rest. We go ahead and awake the next morning to an odd scenario. For those of you staying in the castle, no one wakes you guys up, which is a bit odd, considering that's usually the case. Everyone go ahead and roll me initiative to see who wakes up first.
That's an 8.
That's a 9.
Make sure to call out
15.
your rolls.
4.14.
17.2.
Okay. Lily and Sarah, you both get up around relatively the same time. However, Lily, you've got a bit further of a trek than Sarah does. Sarah, you wake up and the halls are quite silent. You think you kind of realize it's pretty evident that you guys slept in a bit later than you normally would. What do you do?
Take Raven outside to go to the bathroom and then go investigate.
Fair enough. Where would you like to investigate?
Probably start with the meeting room.
Okay. As you head that way and you begin, as you get closer and closer to the meeting room, you kind of begin to hear voices coming down from there. All, a large number of them, all different tones. It's hard to tell what they're saying, but there's a variety of motions going on. As you begin to approach the door, you hear a voice behind you. I wouldn't if I were you.
Above game is that Adam.
I don't know. Only one way to find out.
Sarah will turn around.
You look around.
Yeah?
And you
Why is that?
You look around and you see Corvo standing there. A bit haggard from the day before, but dressed. A couple bandages around his arms and his head. But still as casual as he can be. He kind of nods back down the hall. Come with me and I'll sort of explain. Get the rest of your friends. I owe you all a bit of something for your glamorous rescue that you all did yesterday.
Was quite glamorous, wasn't it?
No.
Alright. That was sarcasm, Corvo.
Mine wasn't.
Okay. Alright, let me go get the others.
So you go and you begin retrieving your friends. More and more of you guys begin to awake. Lily, as you're beginning to make your way into the castle, you see Corvo kind of moving throughout the halls, and he goes, "Hey, we're having breakfast together. Come join me."
Lily jumps for a second, not really expecting someone to be there. She turns and looks, and you see there's still like lipstick stains on several places on her.
Wild
She
night.
clears her. She clears her throat.
Got a little, he says, like gesturing to his cheek.
She blushes and tries to like wipe the lipstick stain off, clearly realizing that it's probably one of those waterproof ones that takes a while to get off.
It's gonna be stuck there all day, and you just had to deal with it.
Oh,
Everyone's gonna be looking at it.
yep.
Actually, if you could do me a favor, if you could wait right here for a few minutes and grab Corvin when he comes in, that would be great. I will be down in the dining hall. Feel free to join us whenever he shows up.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Speaking of, Corvin, what do you do when you
Yes.
wake up? Do you immediately head for the castle, or do you hang around for a bit?
When he wakes up, is R still there?
Let's find out together, shall we? She is, actually. She
Yeah.
is kind of rousing to get up. She's doing her best of like, alright, fuck, I need to get up.
He both deserve like 5 more minutes, and he just kind of grabs her, just cuddles right on into her.
She kind of goes into it at first, and then she's like, yeah, but
Okay.
you and I both know we have shit to do.
Why do we?
Oh, fate of the world and all that. I'm gonna be real, yours is a bit more important than mine.
Oh, but you have to deal with everybody upstairs. Okay, yeah, mine's a bit more dire. Okay.
She slowly begins to escape your grasp and begins to get up to prepare.
Kind of just. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
He kind of just sits on up. Because, like, I think I mentioned that he would have told her like the entirety of like what happened.
Yeah.
So, this is. But before I head back, the random thoughts. What do you think about this whole Drilla situation? Because part of me says she's bold-faced lying, another part is stupidly thinking that she's telling the truth.
You want my opinion?
Please.
My opinion is that she sets foot on my ship, I'm gonna put her foot up her own ass. But in terms of all that, I mean, if she's trying to get out of your life and do her own thing, I say let her. Fuck her. Let her leave.
This is why I appreciate you. Your brutal honesty.
She gives you a wink.
I will say this though. She does try to meddle again.
Oh, she tries to meddle again.
I will get her back tenfold, but that's
She tries
not
to
what I'm
meddle
worried.
again. You make sure she doesn't.
I will, but that's the problem. I hate to see what I would become if I allowed it to take over me, you know?
My daddy always used to say, never start a fight, but you always finish it.
What we are doing, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Alright, so
That
I'm gonna
she sort of like, she playfully like jams her hat over your head.
He will. Like, while wearing that hat, he's just gonna give her a big hug and just a kiss on the forehead. I got to go to work, apparently. Much rather have a day off. And he's just going to get himself ready.
Well, from what you told me about your friend Corey, it sounds like you might get one. I'm not sure she's gonna be up to snuff today. Unicorn blood? Jesus.
It's not that bad once you get the hang of it. Granted, I'm a little ways away from introducing it to you.
Well, color me interested.
Like, as he's, like, kind of putting his boot on. Just promise me this. Please. If it does go a little too far, please take me out of it.
You know I will.
Gives her a hug. He gets finished getting ready, and he heads off the ship.
As you're walking off the ship, you hear her playfully, "Okay, honey, enjoy your work. Enjoy your day at work."
Does an over-exaggerated turn on his heels and a bow, and then he just turns right back and walks out.
You make your way up to the castle, and as you're approaching, you see Lily kind of standing in the entranceway.
I was gonna say Lily would be looking in a small mirror, still trying to get the lipstick off their face.
Lily, there's like a mirror like plastered like on the side, like inside next to the door, and Lily is frantically like with a handkerchief, like trying to like rubbing at her cheek.
He walks on past with his like hands behind his back as he normally walks, stops, and then like walks in reverse back towards where Lily is, not really facing her. Slow turns his head to meet her eyes. Rough night.
Look, her face is just starts going red again.
Prestidigitation, then the makeup away.
It's gone.
She takes a deep breath. I'm gonna have to ask her what lipstick she uses.
He's just gonna have a stupid smile on his face and then walk right back into the castle.
Wait. We're wanted for breakfast.
Oh, lovely.
She just kind of follows after him as fast as, tiny legs will allow her.
Yeah.
Ooh, by the way, mostly for reference Tar, because I completely forgot to mention it. Dumping a counterspell and 2 silvery barbs into the ring.
Okay. Good to know. Alright. You all end up meeting in the dining room where there is a rather extensive platter of food out. And it's not stuff you guys are used to. This, like, you guys are used to, like, eccentric, like, meals and, like, exquisite cheeses and things. This looks like tavern food, almost. Now, the quality is nice, but you got, like, honey roasted ham and, like, mashed potatoes. Like, this is adventuring party food, not
There'd be breakfast
noble
foods,
food.
too.
What was that?
Would there be breakfast foods too? Like French toast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Little biscuits and gravy.
Bake, like a big, like, thing of bacon, French toast, waffles,
Oh, that sounds delicious right now.
oats.
Lily's mouth just immediately starts drooling.
You got the good old biscuits and gravy.
And there's a small scurrying up her upper side as, frostbite comes out from the little pouch.
Frostbite is drooling. As you guys are kind of getting in your seats and kind of like pouring over this spread that's been laid out before you guys, Corvo kind of slowly, almost not quite a limp, but not a full walk, comes out from where the kitchen area is with like a little basket of fruit, and he goes, everyone's here, wonderful. Dig in, consider this my thanks for, well, saving me yesterday. Now, don't give me too much credit, the kitchen staff helped with a lot of it, but all this was my idea. I will say proudly. And humbly. And you watch him go over and he takes a seat, and whoever's sitting closest to him would hear a legit, like, crack. And he goes, oh, yep, that's like, alright. Get comfy, I'm gonna be here for a bit.
You're all right, right?
Well enough. I can move and I can function. Am I comfortable? Gods no. But I am okay. Thanks to you all. Where's Kore, by the way? And at that you see Diana come in and she kind of rushes past you guys. And she goes into the kitchen and she comes back with like a cup in her hand, and like she comes over and she makes like a small plate, and she looks at you, Corvin, and she goes, I don't know what was in whatever she drank last night, but she has been vomiting actual rainbows all day today. I don't think she's going to be functional today.
If I remember correctly, she said there was unicorn blood in it.
Yes, it came from it was a wine that my mother particularly likes. Valley of the Unicorns, it's called. I believe it was aged 600 years. I could be wrong on that one. It's been a while since I took a look. But yeah, I would just like to mention, I warned her.
You can see she's like nodding slowly with like scrunched lips as you're talking, and she goes, I'm sure you did. Regardless, she has a hangover bad enough that she actually can't comprehend speech. So I would not expect any of you to see her today. And if you do, you let me know, because something has gone horribly wrong.
Noted.
Can't comprehend speech. Usually it's just a hallucinatory effect, but...
She came back last night with the empty bottle.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, she drank the entire bottle. Your siblings were very interested in her.
It was something new. They've never seen anything like it before, especially when she started glowing like a lump.
You all enjoy your breakfast. If you need me, I will be around. And she begins to head out to go and take care of Corey.
Lily with a mouthful of food is just like, glad I didn't go. I'd be scared what they'd do to me.
You hear Corvo speak up. Ah, yes, the Fae do throw the wildest parties. I remember my first bottle of Valley of the Unicorn. Yeah, she's gonna be out of commission for a while. Did she do the cool glowy thing?
Yes,
oh, yes.
she did. That's what Corbin means when he says she started glowing like a lamp.
Good. I love it.
Yeah, the Corbin's siblings were literally using her as a disco ball.
Good. As they should.
I did have to get Maylin to get off of her for like 5 moments. It's... she's a people person, so to speak.
There's a moment of quiet, and he kind of looks around. So, you all had quite the day yesterday.
You have no idea. Oh my god.
I sort of do. I'm sure you all are wondering why you're here and not meeting with the gang, nodding in the general direction of where the meeting room is.
To be fair, I just got here. I'm not really privy to what's going on.
Well,
I tried to go in the meeting room and Corvo stopped me, so...
Yeah, we don't want to touch that beehive for a bit. Things are getting a bit tense. Nah.
Does it have to do with what we saw at Drakenheim?
As you're saying that, he's just nodding slowly.
Oh boy.
Truth be told, they've been in, well, elaborations for... And you can see he pulls out his watch, like his pocket watch. About 4 hours now.
Well, that explains why no one woke us up.
Yeah. Cedric and Garrett were delivering the news to the rest of the guard about what happened. A lot of them are taking it, well, They've got all the guard in there. All the old guard, that is. They've even got those allied by affiliation. General Valier, King Vandalar. Fuck, even Sia Corvena, the first of the 9 Ravens, is in there. It's a mess. And I don't know when they are going to, well, wrap up, but figured you all deserved a bit of a break while they're in the middle of that.
Actually, speaking of Drakenheim, what ended up happening after we left?
Well,
That's a good question.
well, I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't conscious for most of it. But things were bad, actually. Remember how you all discovered that they had those weird pods that would convert ordinary individuals into orcs?
Kind of hard to
Uh-huh.
forget.
Yes, we discovered a place up north that was the same kinds of pods that turned people into these grotesque-looking creatures.
Well, Drakenheim Manor, as we discovered, was being used as an experiment chamber. That was where they were using a lot of their knowledge and influence to merge ordinary individuals with Orion.
Mid-bite. Flit's mouth just kind of goes agape. And then she just kind of realizes and quickly swallows and her mouth returns agape. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were wondering where these subspecies of Orion were coming from. Some of us began to understand that it was a possibly likely scenario. Marrow and I only heard about mumblings of these tests that they were putting on, but we hadn't seen any proper proof. But there's the big ones with the big flappy flower mouths. There's the big ones with the tendrils, the big fat ones that spew pus everywhere. The ones that make you go all crazy with all the eyes. Those are all hybrids. Standard individuals mixed with traits from Orion as well as other creatures. It's disgusting. Inhuman, even. And I pray for those who were unfortunate enough to be part of their experiments. We, thankfully, found an area where they were holding prisoners. We were able, many of them from the town of Drakenheim, and we were able to release them before, well, and it just kind of gets quiet for a moment.
So that's what they were doing, abducting people.
Yeah. But
How did you get caught in the first place?
I dug a bit too deep, and I got caught by Weston, actually, who I know you all are familiar with. And, well, he didn't take that too lightly.
I'm not sure if you remember, but he's dead now.
Yes, speaking of that, you'll want to talk to Garrett. We brought his body back. We know that he was a right bastard, but we understood that he was your only family. So, the body's now here if you wish to, I don't know, burn it, have a funeral, whatever.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you, Corvo.
It was Garrett's idea. Thank him.
I will have to do so next time I see him.
I'll have to speak with Corey as well. Her friends that she brought to assist you all were returned safely home. Some of them took a few injuries. Some of them got hurt actually pretty severely, but thankfully no one died. The only one who got close was that cat fellow. The one who would like to give people spoons.
Spoon.
What the fuck was that?
There's nothing there.
Are you okay, Corvo?
You see he gets like the nervous sweats for a second. And he like begins to shiver in his seat. And he like fixes his jacket. Yes, I'm fine. What were we talking about?
He looks down, even though he's eating waffles, he's using a spoon.
He like the spoon clatters onto the table as he throws it.
I could just see it
Okay.
like off in the freaking distance in like some monastery. Agni's eyes just like they're still parting two different ways, but his tongue blips out and he goes, "The offering has been accepted."
I'm just glad to have everyone come out of that relatively okay. I was extremely concerned when we had both you and Sarah go down.
Yeah, that was
I'm-
painful.
Yeah, I'm just glad you and Diana had Revivify on hand.
I never leave home without it.
Yep, that's smart. Especially with the circumstances we tend to get into.
Which reminds me, I should probably stock up on spell components. And Flit's going to kind of give Sarah a look. Some that we may or may not need.
If I may give my professional opinion for you all. He says, kind of
Yeah.
leaning forward.
Uh-huh.
Take a day. You all have gone through so much. You all encountered yesterday 2 arches. An archfey and an archlich. Most people don't ever come out on the other side of one of those alive. Take a day. In fact, if you need things, if you need components, make a list. Make a grocery list. Give it to me. I'll do it for you, but you all need a break. You all deserve a break.
I could agree to that. You know...
You sure about that, Corvo? Sorry, Suji. Continue.
Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. Yeah, especially because when you think about it, we got the artifacts right before, so we also had to deal with, I think, the other half of the assembly and the mall all in the span of 24 hours.
Yeah. So, if you need things, make a list. I'll go out. I'm not really doing any strenuous activity today.
Are you sure even just collecting components will be okay for you to do? You still look pretty beat up.
I'm fine. You see him adjusting the sheet in his chair, and there's like another like crack of a bone, and he goes, I'm fine. Just give me a little bit.
Sarah
Or-
raises an eyebrow at him.
I'm fine.
Corvin is just going to write down on a piece of paper about 10 uses of ruby encrusted chalk, and then just slides it over to him. And goes back to eating.
I'll get back to you on that. I just want to make sure that I have everything in order first.
I need to pick up the harness that I had crafted for Lily, but I don't know that the blacksmith will allow you to do that. I might have to do that myself.
Oh, actually, Corvo, while you're here, this is something we found something on our adventures that I think you might be able to help us with, or maybe even appreciate.
Oh.
I don't know. And she's gonna look out over to Sarah, who I think has it.
Remind me what you're talking about?
The gun.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Let me see here.
If it's Weston's gun, there should actually be 2 of them.
I don't think I took his gun.
No,
think...
it was the. It
Oh,
was
the
the gun from
hippogriff.
the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, if I have it, I never put it in my inventory, so...
I know someone has it. I know someone has the hippogriff. Because I know y'all took it.
Yeah, I know.
Hippogriff. Like, is it like a statue?
It's
no,
a gun.
Gun.
it's a gun. Oddly enough,
What is?
Ravan might have it, actually.
No.
No?
Sarah actually was the one that had that,
Okay.
and that's in my notes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I will put that in my notes now.
You sort of hand off the hippogriff, and he begins to look over it. This is very interesting. This is... I'm gonna make a check for him, actually. Oh, good roll. He begins looking at it and he goes, it's definitely arcane. It's very... It's definitely very... Sorry, above game I had a stroke. It's definitely very advanced. Extreme arcane technology. Normally I would see something like this in Flambeau, in the capital. If you actually don't have a use for this, I would be willing to buy it off you. I could always use a new weapon. My special crossbow could use a break.
What do you think, gang?
Above game, I remember that someone mentioned the idea of using it if being trained.
I think that was me. Oh. Or maybe it was Corbin.
I think we both expressed a interest in trying to learn firearms proficiencies.
That could be it.
No reason you can't both do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if Weston's body is here, we do now have 2 guns.
True.
Corbin's just gonna kind of get done with his plate, and he actually will look at Corvo. I mean, if you don't really have anything better to do today outside of grocery shopping, show us how to use one of those things. Kind of, I don't know. It's interesting to me.
He gives you a curious look as you say that, and then he smiles. Why not? I could give you all the ropes on how to properly use a firearm or 2.
Having been shot at and killed by one of those things, I have to admit, I'm morbidly interested in it as well.
And my thing is it's just this new. In my case, it's just new technology that's raking my curiosity.
Now, I will say, this right here, pointing down at the hippogriff, it's not a typical firearm, but The functionality is the same. This is definitely more arcane in nature than, say, this, and he pulls out like a little like flintlock pistol. This is more what I'm used to, but I think we can figure this thing out together.
I can't remember. What type of gun is the Hippogriff?
The Hippogriff,
A shotgun, isn't
it's
it?
a shotgun.
Okay.
Which I think we argued Sarah would have it just in case she needs it for close range.
Yeah, I think that might have been.
It does, the Hippogriff is a magical shotgun. It does a, it has two modes. One where it's like a lightning shot, and then another one where it does a cone of, like blowback. Like a force gun.
Okay.
But, its stats are in, lore drops, I think, somewhere. Ruff. Ruff.
Oof.
Nug.
No,
Nugget.
Raven, I can't teach you either. You don't have hands.
The fact that you got quiet after that. Never mind.
Disappointed wolf.
Oof.
Hey. Thank you.
I found the stats for the Hippogriff.
Okay, cool. But back to the previous topic. Yeah, a lot of the guard, they assumed that Aurelia would eventually be a foe they had to face. Much like Ariana in that regard. But I don't think any of them expected the news of her being, as Ravan put it, Normandir's chosen, I believe were the words you said.
Looking up with kind of a little bit of a mouthful of food, he just swallows and goes, "That is correct."
So you're the one that told them.
Somebody had to. You all were busy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, never mind.
To be fair, I thought we had decided on not telling him, but it is probably better this way.
If you want my opinion, it was absolutely the right thing to do. To tell him. To tell them. Because you wouldn't want them to find out any other way. And if it turned out that you all knew and didn't say anything, well. That's all I'll say on that matter. He says, taking a sip of his tea and or coffee and or hot beverage.
That's fair.
So if we're gonna kind of take the day off, I'm sorry to change subject. I didn't know anyone had anything else to add. But I know they're gonna be at it for a while, so there's really not much we can do to, I guess, think on it for now until they come to a consensus.
I have a question for you, Flit, actually, really quick.
Yes.
Did you stay the night in the med bay? To just kind of like watch her over Reno, or did you go back to to your room last night?
I think Flit would have stayed in the med bay.
When you got up this morning, he was not in the med bay.
Yeah, that lines up. I know, well, I know I have a few things that I think I should probably do, but if the guard is going to be busy talking about this all day, our presence might just exasperate things, honestly. And it's something for them, not us.
I would just lay low a bit today, relax, talk amongst yourselves. I know they can't possibly go on all day. I'm sure some of them have some things to say with you. I would just give it a bit of time. Let the deliberations wrap up, and I would swing wide from Cedric for a bit.
Flit nods. So, looking around at the table.
As you look around at
Yes.
the table, you look in front of you, and just in time to see Toshi swallow a whole orange hole and becomes like round, much like a cartoon.
Aww.
You know, I was gonna get you out a napkin and put you on some stuff for it, but I guess that really isn't needed anymore.
Frostbite's just taking a piece of bacon off the table.
You see Frostbite watch that with Toshi and just kind of like lean over and sniff him, like, "You okay?"
Flit is just going to just ever so slightly, like, poke Toshi to see if he rolls.
He absolutely does.
No, you're heading for the edge of the table? Okay, I got you back.
You see his legs like scrambling as he approaches the edge.
I imagine Raven seeing this as stealing bacon off of Sarah's plate.
Yeah, and not stealthily whatsoever, like pretty much using you for support.
You know what Sarah doesn't even care.
Well, now that crisis is averted. So did anyone have anything they wanted to do today? Just in general?
If
I-
I may, because I'm kind of looking around your group, and I can see sort of the wear and tear that the last little bit has had on you all. May I suggest you all take a moment amongst yourselves, and you can wait until Kore is a bit better if you want. But I think you all, as a group, need to discuss what has happened and what's going to happen going forward. Because while you do have the group in the god in your corner, it wouldn't be bad to have an idea that you all can call your own.
On top of that, we could all go for a spa day.
Now would be
Sounds
the day to do it.
heavenly. Oh, God,
And
that
again-
sounds heavenly right now.
You don't have to do this now. If you want, you can wait until Kore is a bit better, so you have everybody on deck, her and Diana. But I do think it's something that you all should do before your next outing, he says with air quotes.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We've kind of been all go, go, go.
Yeah. You all have been go, go, go. Now is a day where you all need to rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
Talk amongst each other. Talk amongst some of the god. You know they're here to support you, but take a day. You all absolutely deserve it.
You know, I don't know if anyone else has done it, but I don't think I've ever properly taken time to explore the castle. Maybe I'll do that for today.
Could be interesting.
I went out to the city once. That's about it. I don't know. Let me think on it. I feel like a lot of avenues are open to me now. Kind of glances off to out the window where Novillis used to be. Maybe I'll find a new hobby.
Oh yeah, you're a free woman now.
True. Congrats, by the way. Mazel tov. Or as the elves like
Corvin-
to say...
The moment he says that, Corbin like almost instinctually reaches for his plate and tries not to throw it.
Make me a wisdom save. I'll give you
I'll give him one.
Rovan's +3.
I'll give him advantage by telling
Oh
him
my
no.
goodness.
Okay.
20 win.
You do not throw the plate.
Yeah, he just sits there, like, has this look and goes, no, no, no.
You can see Corvo kind of looks off down the hall again, and the setup of the castle is it's from the main door where the dining room is. If there is no obstructions, you can see all the way down to the other end where the meeting room is. And you can see he kind of looks on down there and goes, yeah, there were a number of individuals who showed up today that even I didn't expect. It's a big deal.
I can imagine. Sighs a little bit. By the way, and she looks on over to Lily. You were with him in the castle this morning. Where'd you get off to?
She chokes on the biscuit that she had just taken a bite into.
Slow turn with an evil grin.
You hear Corvo go, yes, Lily, where were you? Tell us all about it. You see him leaning back in his chair with his tea.
She takes a drink of probably orange juice and clears her throat.
Make me a con save.
Oh god.
I'll give you Ravan's +3.
13.
You absolutely dribble some of that orange juice down the front of you. As you are just trembling in gay panic.
She coughs. I had made sure that Genio was okay and
Oh, did you know?
got caught up and had to stay over. Her face is visibly just red.
I have no idea who that is, but I'm happy for you.
She's the daughter of the bouncer from the Orion Club.
We don't have to.
Oh, I mean, I want to talk about her.
As you...
No, I was mostly saying we should probably not talk about the Orion Club. You could have just said the seamstress.
As you mentioned the Orion Club, his eyes kind of light up a bit. Really? I did not take you for that kind of girl, Lily.
I'm not. I'm not.
But I'm not one to judge. You all have seen some of the people I've spent quality time with, he says, taking another sip of his tea.
By the way, how are they and how is she?
Well, Mero and I have a long, complicated history. One filled with a lot of sweat. They are all the way down there at the other end. As for Toriel's fine. I'm actually wondering if Toriel is here. Because I know Miss Corvena is down there as well.
Corbin's face kind of goes from that usual, like, smug smile to actually a concerned one. I'm sorry, who and what connection is this?
See, Corvena, first of the 9 Ravens.
Never heard of her.
The 9 Ravens, Black Daggers, nothing. Anyone
Not
who
about,
wants to
remember.
make a history check, go ahead.
18.
10.
10.
10.
Fuck it, I may as well. History.
Screw it, I'll take a shot.
7. Yeah,
History?
like I said. True.
19!
Lily and Ravan, in your studies and in your travels, you both have heard of the organization known as the Black Daggers. The Black Daggers is a prolific... It's a guild. It's a guild primarily for assassins, thieves, very much of a Robin Hood sort of situation.
Oh crap, so I should have had advantage on that.
Actually, that is a good point. Go ahead and... I'll let you re-roll with advantage.
I was totally joking, but I'll take it.
No, it's a good point. You would have advantage on it. Because I know you've been trying to get books on the topic.
12. That's not much better.
Not much better. You've heard of the name. The Black Daggers are actually, as far as anyone knows, centered out of Zorn in the Fierce Lands. As for the 9 Ravens, you guys aren't sure what that is. Nor are you familiar with the name Sia Corvena.
By the way, can I get a spelling on that?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I got it right.
Nice. Corvo, you can speaking in. The Black Daggers are well, it's hard to call them an assassin's guild or a thieves guild because they sort of do all kinds of work. It's more of a, I don't know. It's almost a mercenary guild in a way, but for less than satiable things. Black Daggers specialize in... They're specialists, that's the term for it. They specialize in taking jobs that few else would. Stealing artifacts from people, stealing people, killing artifacts maybe. I don't know, it's not part of it. And the 9 Ravens... Since I see the loss in your eyes as well. 9 Ravens are the elites of the Black Daggers. Many of them are rumored, as the legends go, he says, doing like jazz hands. Many of them are, as legends go, direct descendants of the Raven Queen herself. Ooh, spooky. And Sia Corvena is their greatest, the one who created the Black Daggers, the one who came up with the 9 Ravens. Each Raven is exponentially more deadly and skilled than the ones before. You all know one, actually. 2, in fact. Toriel is a 9 Raven. She's number 6. You may be familiar with General Voilier's Blackguard, his 3 colorful jackasses that like to follow him around. One of them is one of the 9 Ravens. Number 4.
Corvo?
Yes.
Could you maybe teach me some stuff about Toriel? Because
No.
after that... Okay.
Because I value my life. I respect your ambition, but that is a line I am not going to cross. Not because I don't want to, but because I am fearful.
Could you at least point me in the right direction, kind information?
The Black Daggers are centered at a zone in the Fierce Lands. That is all I can give you.
Corvin, we might be going on a field trip.
No.
If you want to go straight into the center of Skull's horde, then sure, go right for it.
That's why it's a no.
Fuck, I missed that.
He didn't say it, but Zorn is is where Skull overthrew Dormir Stoneheart, one of the six, and a member of the Vanir Guard. So now it's the capital of the Fierce Lands. Zorn is his primary staging ground in the Fierce Lands.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Well,
Currently, the Black Daggers and the 9 Ravens are giving us the inside information as to what's going on in there. And even a number of them have not been able to get anywhere close to Skull. So, whenever we come to that hurdle, things are going to get fun.
oh, based on what you've told us about the Black Daggers, sounds like something I would have been interested in before I joined this little group.
Probably.
Oh well, another life.
But you can't impress her now.
Well, I don't think now is exactly the right time to submit a, request.
Not with Skull on the run, or not on the run. Not with Skull and having to deal with Normandyr. No, I'm much more needed here.
Actually, I had a question kind of going with that line. I was thinking, maybe that's something you can do after all of this is done. Look into it. But now that I think about it, Corvin, I know what you want to do, but you've kind of already achieved it. I've also kind of achieved what I wanted to do.
Well, I was able to achieve it in a personal sense. I still need to figure out how to get the rest of you back there.
Well, kind of gives a look.
Flit's like, no thanks, smile.
I have siblings that would love to hang out with you. I know a few of them are very good when it comes to like the nature-based stuff in general. You can bounce ideas off of them.
Corvin, I'd like to never go to Novellis again.
Something tells me Himo would just be interested in her scales. Because shiny.
Well, you wouldn't be wrong.
Somewhere he sneezes. Huh?
He's a good lad.
But what I was originally going to ask was, once we've, saved the world, what do you guys think you'll do? I know this is kind of putting you on the spot, but ever since we settled everything yesterday, I feel like I have an open future again, so I'm curious.
Had to look at Heart's Nice DMs. Well,
Oh, go ahead.
did step 1 probably learn how to become a bit more Fae-like. Working on step 4 in a way. And then, I don't know, politics. Who knows?
I respect a man
Okay.
with a plan. He says,
You're throwing
gesturing
out
at
all
you,
these.
Corvin.
You're throwing out all these steps. You're not telling us what they are.
I like to keep people surprised. I am a showman.
We know.
Sorry for interrupting you, CJ.
That's fine. The question still stands though for the rest of the group.
I know
I'm
what
not
I'll
really
do
sure.
once this all is over.
Sweetheart, you need to stop. Really need to stop interrupting Sarah.
It's fine.
This
No,
is
please
funny.
go ahead. I'm just being a dick.
I don't know what I'll do. Maybe go home, rebuild my home life, or maybe I'll look into the Black Daggers. Who knows? What about you guys? Lily? Ravan?
Lily just kind of sits back in her chair, finally full of like copious amounts of food.
Lily
I,
looking not too far off from Toshi right now.
I really don't know. I mean, I guess I could go back to being a captain, but that just doesn't seem to be the life for me anymore. I like it with you guys. I mean,
Speaking of, we never had a proper introduction, you know, with literally everything that happened. I don't think, right? Days have been crazy.
No, you guys have not.
I didn't think so.
Rescuing you was the first time Lily has ever seen you.
I thought so. Well, hello, my name's Corvo. It was a pleasure to meet you. Properly.
I am Lily Timbers.
That is an adorable name. I love it. I am going to remember that.
Her face turns red again.
Why do I feel like you won't remember that?
He says nothing and just raises his glass a little bit, or his cup a little bit, and then takes a sip.
Insight.
Insight? Go for it.
$21.
Anyway.
Oh, that's a nat 1. Seems about 50-50.
Okay. Continue, River.
She feels her face go red. I mean, I honestly can't see me leaving Dragon's Reach other than to travel with you guys.
Noah, I mean, nothing else?
She starts to fiddle with the string of the necklace. I mean, I guess I could see if my parents are still alive. I'm honestly not sure. I guess had the guts to go searching.
I don't think you ever told us about your parents.
She just keeps fiddling with it.
Okay, Lily. You don't have to if you don't want to.
If anyone should know, it should be you guys. My house was attacked when I lived out in the forest. My only instinct was to run, and I never looked back. By the time I did go back, the house was burned down, and there was no signs of them, so...
But just kind of taking it all in. And do you feel like you need to, I guess, get closure?
She kind of shrugs. I'm honestly not sure if closure is the right word. Be nice to know what happened, but it's one of those things. It's been in the back of my mind, but
Flit just kind of nods. Never. You know what? Kind of looks on over to Ravan and Corvin at this time. And I'd look at Corey if she were here too. You guys are lucky.
What do you mean by lucky?
I mean, you have caring parents. I'm sorry, that's kind of a downer thing to say. Never mind.
No, in a way, you're right. They are lucky. They still have family and actual houses to go back to. Mine got burned down by my psychotic uncle.
You all have a lot of family issues.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
I see that, J. Frost.
I couldn't say it out loud.
Why not?
Just, it's nothing. Go ahead.
Do it, coward.
Above game. Where the fuck's my dad? Where is my father? Where is my papa? I require the uppies.
oh god.
No.
If we're on the topic of what we want to do after all this. Vacation. Somewhere warm, somewhere with a nice beach.
That sounds heavenly.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it?
Talk to Reno, I'm sure he can hook you up.
Probably. Nearly dying will do that to you.
Well, if you're looking for someplace like that, we know this lighthouse that we went to at one time. The region around it seems like it probably fit.
I will take that recommendation.
Yeah, just don't go to the lighthouse itself.
Okay.
And please be respectful at that lighthouse. There is a shrine up top. At least pay homage to it.
I see. Good to know.
That is completely contradicting information, but okay.
This does actually make me think. I don't know what to do now. I'm going to be honest with you, getting found out by Weston has sort of ruined my whole undercover scenario. So, I've got to figure out what I am to do next.
I'd say talk to Cedric, but he's a little busy.
I'm gonna keep my distance for a bit. And I'm also recovering. I have time to think.
Not to mention that if you're going to be helping us with teaching these two firearms, that's even more time to think.
True.
Wait. Maybe you could use this as like a demonstration of sorts to, I don't know, help teach the King's army to be better at using that kind of weaponry.
Possibly.
It certainly doesn't seem common.
No, not at all.
It could turn the tide in the war at the very least.
These sort of weapons definitely aren't mass-produced. They take time and a lot of effort, but I could see that changing here in the next, I don't know, century or two, likely. We'll find out.
Unfortunately, not soon enough to help in the war, but
Unfortunate.
Let's kind of got kind of looking around. You know, that's kind of given me an idea, actually.
Oh?
Yeah. We were talking about taking the day off and just kind of, you know, taking a day to ourselves to relax and unwind a little bit. I was trying to think of something that we could all do, something that we haven't maybe done before. You know, it's been a while since we've just been kind of spending time under the stars, you know, doing on our own thing. But Flick kind of looks at the rest of the group. Why don't we go, do a little target practice?
That feels really targeted, Flit.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Why do you
I was
think
just
there's
going to let it all
practice?
play out.
I mean, you did shoot her, so takes another sip of orange juice.
Yes, you did
I
about.
said I'm sorry!
I mean, to be fair, she did shoot him 3 times, so.
And Reno.
And I
Reno.
said I'm sorry!
As you guys are
And
listing off the people who shot, Corvo is looking more and more worried. You know, maybe
How
I'll
worried
set
does-
that out.
How worried does it get when we get to repeating the names again?
Oh, I would have been like Ravan twice. She shot Chip once. That was odd.
She
No, I didn't-
shot the small mushroom child?
No, I didn't shoot Chip. I punched him.
Oh, because that makes it so much better. Oh,
Actually,
don't
that
mind
one
me,
might
just
have been
going around
okay.
punching children.
At least it wasn't Nexus.
That sounds like favoritism.
Sounds like something. No, it's not fun.
Above game, I love this dumb bit.
I love that, again, above game. I love that not only do we have an actual list, but somehow Sarah's name is on it.
Listen, you never know. I am being
Never know.
prepared.
I would be highly amused if Sarah somehow managed to shoot herself.
Like, I'm waiting for like Tar to one day say, okay, it goes astray, it ricochets off the wall and rolls to hit. Oh.
Oh, man,
Come on,
I
Jeff.
absolutely know what the scenario is going to be too. Don't worry.
Come on, guys. Boomerang arrow.
Or I could be the idiot that fires straight up into the air and doesn't move.
Like Minecraft.
Yeah, pretty much. Believe it or not, there are people in real life that do that.
No. Believe me, I know.
There are people in real life that eat Tide Pods. That does not startle me.
Wow, bringing
Fair.
that back.
That's a
Well,
throwback.
that's something I haven't heard in a long ass time.
Same.
Look, my generation is stupid.
We know.
Fuck, that was venomous.
All of our generations are idiots in one way, shape, or form.
Alright,
Facts.
we're getting a bit off track.
Yeah, but
I say nothing.
seriously though, let's try to come up with ideas for stuff that we all could do in game.
Like the spa idea. Target practice thing, definitely.
How about I tell you all what? Go ahead and real quick, go ahead and make me a grocery list, and I'll go out and start acquiring the things you all need, and you all can sit here and plan your day. How's that sound?
Sure.
Above game, he did. Above game, he did get the list I gave him, right?
Yes, but above game, tell me what was on it one more time.
10 uses of ruby encrusted chalk.
10 uses of ruby encrusted chalk. Alright.
Yes.
And here's where I'm going to ask above game, what does everyone want Corvo to get them? Merry Christmas. Everybody gets a free supply.
Oh.
Mine's not a supply so much as something she kind of needs,
Okay.
which is a new shield. She just has a normal shield.
Okay.
Interesting.
So you're thinking maybe what, like a +1 shield?
Oh, something to boost my AC. My AC is only 18.
Only 18.
You know what? For a upfront runner, though, shut up.
He looks at you when you mention the shield, and he goes, a little expensive, but I can make it work. How much money do you have on you?
She looks in her pouch. 120 plat.
You see his eyes go wide a bit.
See, I can afford it myself. I just need to. She just
You
kind of
want-
looks panicked.
I don't know what the price is going to be in the store. If you just want to give me, I don't know, 25 to 30 plat, I'll cover the rest. If there is any left.
She'll hand over the 30.
I also can't guarantee that there is that I'll be able to find a +1 shield, but I'll try my best.
Corvo,
Yes.
how much are you willing to front?
How much are you asking for? You see, you can see a single bead of sweat go down his forehead. You think he's becoming increasingly worried during this conversation.
His nervousness is ricocheting back to me. I'm picking up vital life-saving spell components to prevent, among other things, death and petrification.
How much do you have?
50 platinum.
Sarah will hand over 10.
I need 150 more platinum for everything.
I see.
Yeah.
Flit, I don't know if you knew, I'm a private eye. I don't make that kind of money.
Yeah.
Sarah will hand over 70 plat.
No. It's okay.
Are you sure?
I'll
I just need to
the
figure out what to
most-
prioritize.
If it helps everyone decide on what they need, the most I can cover by myself is about 15 plat.
What? You know what? Here. And she's just going to plop down 30 platinum. Well, you can go pick up the diamond I used to revive you.
You know what? And he slides 10 of it back. I'll cover part of that with what I have.
Oh, okay.
Because obvious reasons. Thank you.
Nod and thumbs up.
So you get 10 plat back.
Okay. So I'll strike off 20 plat.
Yeah, since you saved his life, he's gonna cover that other 10.
I feel kind of stupid asking this. How do I see what components my spells need?
It will be listed in the spell. You see where it says components like VSM? It depends
Yeah.
on the spell. If there is a material component, it will be listed after the M.
Okay, so I don't have any that need material.
You
then.
likely don't. Not a lot of ranger spells do. And a lot of
Oh.
spells have very simple components that I'm not going to ask you guys to track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yee.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
ask you
especially-
guys to track how many like locust carcasses you have.
Because
but
who the fuck would?
the only components I ask you guys to track are the ones that have specific monetary value. So like Revivify, that requires a diamond worth at least 300 gold. I'm gonna ask you keep track of that. But something that's like a ball of bat guano, you can just find that at a component store, at a magic shop, or a fucking you can just find that. I'm not gonna ask you to fucking track that.
Yeah, half the reason why I asked Corvo for those, at the very least, those 10 uses of chalk, that's like 500 gold right there, so about 50 plat piece.
So, are you going to give him any money, Corvid?
Maybe. Hang on, how much do I have? Oh, wow, yeah, I can fucking just cover that, actually. Yeah, I'll give him about 45 platinum.
Okay. So that means that he's spending the rest of his money on the rest of Corvin's chalk and Flit's diamond.
Alright, I'll give him 10 more.
Okay.
I actually do have a question.
Sure.
Lily's pretty much has always spent, her time in someone else's quarters. She's wondering how much a small flat would be. I don't think she has plans of leaving Dragonreach. She may as well.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you ask Corvo to go house hunting for you, he is not going to do that.
No, this is something that I started wondering. So.
It depends on the neighborhood. Or what is district of the city you're looking in. It can be anywhere from a couple silver a month to a couple gold a month. If you're wanting to get into like the noble district, that would probably be a plat or two a month. It really depends. And I don't have anything in front of me to really determine what a proper price for a flat would be.
Okay, well, you can look into that later. Just know that's something
we can discuss that above
thinking
game.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll right now say Lily is keeping her eyes open for a place. All right. We've got 3 people who have listed stuff they need. Sarah, Ravan, do you guys require any purchases from Corvo? Any materials?
Don't require anything.
Personally, actually, you know what?
Do y'all have anything to add to the grocery list? Of chalk, a shield, and a diamond.
You know what? I think I got something. 2 things, actually. I just need to make sure the calculation is correct.
This motherfucker's about to ask me for, like, a platinum's worth of, like, ball bearings, and I'm going to fucking scream. My DM brain is going to scream.
Tart, even I'm not that monstrous.
I had a buddy, the first time I ran this game, or the first part of this game, I had a buddy who was playing a sorcerer who had catapult, and what they did is that they bought 1,000 ball bearings and put about 5 to 10 of them in little tiny bags.
So they had their own buckshot?
Yeah, and then he would cut tiny holes in the bag, so when he cast catapult on them, it would be buckshot.
Yeah, it's the shotgun. The poor mage's shotgun.
Yeah.
Ravan would make a request for 1. Just to make sure that's the correct thing. Interesting. Perfect. 1 diamond worth 300 gold pieces. for just one for a spell component, and he would also ask if it would be possible to pick him up some dried meats, some cheeses, and some breads.
This is a very different list. Imagine going down the grocery list. Dried meats, cheeses, bread, a 300 gold piece diamond. Are you giving him any money for
Yeah.
this? Okay.
I
How much
will.
are you giving him?
I will give him 30 platinum for the diamond.
Okay. You don't
Which
need to
will
give
fully
him
cover-
anything for the meats and cheeses unless you're looking for good shit.
Probably like I've got enough to spare. About like 10 gold pieces.
That should be plenty.
Okay,
You'll be able
so
to
let
get
me-
you some quality meats and cheeses for that much.
Yeah, so. And that's that, and that into that.
And, Sarah, are you going to ask Corvo for anything?
No, I don't need anything.
Is anyone going to throw anything in for Kore? Because she can't really speak for herself being sick. Are you all just going to worry about that later?
You know what? Mint? Probably get her some mint and...
Mint and ginger ale for Kore?
Yeah, mint and ginger ale.
Okay.
Mint leaves, specifically.
Whatever kind of components goes into lesser restoration.
I forget what component that takes. Hi, Nug.
Hello.
Nug.
Yeah, fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lesser restoration doesn't take material components.
Ah,
I don't even know what spells Gore has.
whatever she needs for those.
Again, we can worry about that later.
Yeah.
He gathers all the money you guys have given him. He gathers the list and he looks over all the materials you guys need and he goes, "Okay, this is probably going to take me a while, so don't wait up. Enjoy the rest of your breakfast and have a day. You'll find this stuff whenever I get it, likely waiting at your rooms whenever you return."
Now, don't just say that and take off with the money, Corvo. I will hunt you down.
Why would I do that to the people who just saved my life?
And again, missing the sarcasm.
Am I missing it, or am I choosing to neglect it?
Come on, Sarah. You'll have a chance to be badass when we go and shoot targets.
Just stay very far out of my way.
I'm going to be standing on top of your head, so if you hit me, you'll hit yourself.
I don't know
that
how you're
doesn't-
going to do that, but okay.
Make sure to
I don't
put my
think that
face on at
counts.
least one of the targets.
I don't think that counts, though.
But you all have a lovely day, and make sure to get at least a little bit of rest. And I will see you all later. And as he begins to head out, you all hear way down the hall the sound of the big meeting room doors opening up. And Corvo turns to you. Sounds like they're adjourning for now. I'd give them a little bit before you guys take up any business with them, but it looks and sounds like they may be done for now, at least.
I think I'm going to stay far away from that.
At the very least, give Cedric a white berth.
I mean,
I'd at least do that. Some of them might be fine, but again, I'd wait I'd give it like an hour or two.
I guess.
I mean, but I ain't your mom. I ain't your daddy either. So, I'll leave that to you all. And he leaves. You guys are left alone. And on that note,
Oh
how
my
about we actually
God.
go and take a bio break?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good time for that.
I just realized I could have been such a bitch with that last comment.
Alright. Thank you all for joining us so far. As we have been playing for an hour and a half and we've gotten through breakfast.
Hey,
Got a
I
lot
love
to talk
sessions
about.
like this.
Oh no, I do too. It was fucking great. I'm up
This
on
is literally how every Curse of Strahd game goes for me. We spend 3 hours doing one thing.
Yeah.
This is why we've been playing Curse of Strahd for over a year and a half.
And sometimes it's great when that happens. But I'm gonna go get some water. I think my dog might need to go outside. Is that what you want, Nug? He's looking.
Nugget. Give
Yeah,
him
Nugget.
lovin's.
Give
I'm
him
gonna put
hug
on
and
a
go
little
direction.
lo-fi music and we'll be back in a bit.
I am going to refill water and go grab my ice cream.
I'll be here entertaining the people. Hi, people. I hope everyone is having a lovely night. I'm very excited. We have 5 days till Pokemon Arceus comes out. And I got all gym badges today on Pokemon. Now I get to spend the next 2 weeks trying to work on my Pokedex.
Water achieved.
You got to water the Aguas.
Yes.
I've had 2 Arizona green teas and a Mountain Dew Spark.
Spark. That's the raspberry lemonade one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad.
It's
Mostly
super
because
good. It's super tart though.
super tart, the super DM. But no, I had that before. It's good because you can barely taste the Mountain Dew. It does. It genuinely tastes like a raspberry lemonade soda, which is great. And you can still tell that there's some Mountain Dew in it, but pardon me. I'm looking forward to this, wait, hold on a second. Hey, River, is music playing for you?
I hear music, yeah.
Huh. Hold on a second. So it's coming from Toad's computer as opposed from the game. We're gonna go to the spa. We're also gonna shoot some things. I hope I didn't catch you too off guard with that question.
Which question? What?
The one about your parents.
No, it's like nobody has asked Lily much about her past.
And I don't I wanted to talk more with Lily today, honestly, just in general, because not only has it been a while since we just kind of talked among ourselves, since you kind of came onto the scene, it's been rush.
That's what I was about to say. Also, hello, I'm back.
Work. Hi.
You guys have
Back
been
too.
doing so much. You haven't really had much of a chance to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I am back too with ice cream.
Okay.
There's like this chocolate cookie like crumble thing.
Oh.
Ooh.
So I heard discussion about a raspberry lemonade Mountain Dew. What's that about?
Yes!
Why?
Mountain Dew
It's called-
Spark.
It's called Spark, and it's actually pretty good because it doesn't have a lot of Mountain Dew in it.
Mountain Dew Spark. I have never seen
Wait.
this before.
Is it the pink one?
It's like the can is like yellow and has.
Is it new?
Okay.
Yes,
How new are
Okay,
we
because
talking?
like within the past couple of months.
I went to go pick up my daughter at my mom's house, and I think that's the Mountain Dew that she bought when we went to go pick something. When we went to go get drinks.
I like raspberry lemonade. I might need to try this.
Listen. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I've like pulled it up. I'm now looking at it. And
Abby,
now
can
it's
I get
wanting
your
me to order
opinion?
it from like Instacart and Publix.
Can I get y'all's opinion on something?
No, never.
Yeah.
How does that?
Oh. That looks nice. I like that.
I think you need
Yeah.
to do a black outline on the mug. But besides that, I think it looks great.
I can't
What
really
mug?
do that. It was one of the pictures. That's my logo,
Oh.
and that's how the coffee cup kind of came because I did all my logo on Canva. That's why I kind of tried to make it like an off-white color.
I don't know if this is something you could do, but something you could potentially do to alleviate this and identify it as the mug is if you could cause the mug to move somehow, like animate it.
It would move that whole image
Mm,
because that whole circle, the whole white circle, is my logo.
okay.
So that's all on like one image. I would actually have to go in and change my whole logo.
I hope everybody's been enjoying the session so far.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
I also need to thank Haza Stinky Australian for the raid.
Hi, says good bean.
Correct.
He's handsome too.
Very.
I went into his stream and I called him the Mad Lad of Australia, and he said, "Who? Can't be me." And I do not like being lied to.
I just call him a fucking nerd.
Cause he is.
Stinky boy.
Let's continue talking for another hour and a half about how good Haza is as a human being.
Also funny, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
Funny.
cool.
What's
Hmm?
that?
Fucking, I may have pulled up Amazon to see the price on a crate of Mountain Dew Spark. Because I'm a bastard, you see. And it recommended me a Hades-themed Switch Pro controller, which looks fucking dope.
Yo.
Okay, how hot does he look?
I have put it in the chat.
Okay, cool. I had something on mind.
I like the boons outlining it. I think that's probably my favorite part.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was nice.
I need to get a Switch Pro controller. Maybe this will be my chance.
Yeah, kind of the same, because I can't find the cords for the ones I have.
You have no idea how long I've waited to have a controller to play Smash Bros. That isn't the GameCube controller.
Fair.
I don't even have a Switch, so.
Alright.
Also, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, there's Sarah, so I think everyone's back. But if you had a thought, please continue.
No, just saying. If you consider Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, do not get it on the Switch because there is some severe latency problems involved in the control scheme, sucks and is unable to be changed.
Switch, latency problems, Nintendo, what?
No.
Who'd have thought?
never.
Who'd have thought?
Noted.
Fucking crazy people.
But if everyone is back, roll call, CG.
Time to dice.
Tart. J Frost.
Still alive and not dead.
That's good. Joe.
My campaign has no pathetic characters, Kayaba.
River.
Yes.
Sarah.
I have ice cream.
What kind of ice cream? We have 2 people with ice cream.
Hell yeah.
I've got peppermint bonbon,
Ooh.
also known as mint chocolate chip.
All right, so let's get back into it. So you guys are now still in the middle of the dining room with breakfast. It seems that the Vanahir Guard has adjourned, at least for now, with their meeting, and Corvo has left you all to continue your discussion. That being said, the scene is yours.
So, day off. What's that like? I can't remember what it's like.
I remember from years ago, a moment of relaxation. It seems so long now. The older.
I honestly don't think I've had a day off since I moved out on my own. Anytime I had that could be used for downtime, I ended up splitting wood or doing chores around the house.
You guys have any idea what we could do? I mentioned the target practice, but that doesn't have to be everything we do. Hello?
We still here. We still here. We're just thinking.
Ah.
Sorry, what's going on? Sorry, my kid was saying something.
Trying to think of some things we could do other than the target practice after.
It's something to just do together as a group.
Oh, as a group. Okay, that takes those out the window.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
There's always bar hopping.
Flit kind of slow pans over to where she could hear Corey dealing with rainbows.
Thank you.
Maybe another time on that one?
Yeah, let's not do that. Poor boy.
Oh God, it's everywhere.
3 people have ice cream now.
You hear Diana. You hear Diana in the corner. This is not how I wanted to get a tie-dye T-shirt.
Son of a bitch.
Let's see. What could we do? If I remember correctly, it's the winter season now, right? Outside?
Yes.
Could try to find some sort of like indoor swimming or something.
You guys know that there is a not hot spring, but
A sauna?
not a sauna. Well, I guess yeah, a hot spring in town.
That could
Or,
be a fun way to end the day.
An indoor man, I don't know why I can't fucking think of it. A group bath.
Hot spring?
I guess a hot spring. You guys have done it before.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. Continue.
We could try sledding.
You know, I might be able to help with that, actually.
I'll also throw this out there. We could go just about anywhere that we want. I have the capabilities to transport us.
I would prefer to stay within Dragon's Reach.
Okay,
I
suit
will
yourself.
say, for things like teleportation circle and stuff, a lot of major cities have teleportation circles. So, if you can think of a major city, I can tell you whether or not you can teleport there. Or, not even major cities, but if you could just name a location, I can tell you whether or not it has a teleportation circle or not. And I would say you just know that in-game.
I like CG's idea in chat.
What, pinball? Oh, paintball.
Paint. Yeah.
Paintball.
Or whatever the equivalent would be.
That would be throwing tomatoes at each other.
Yo, I'd be down.
You all are gonna make an
Food
Italian chef very
fight!
upset.
I'm still going with the sled idea.
I think sledding's a really cool idea too. I kind of like the idea of target practice, then sledding, then like doing maybe something else, and then sauna.
Haven't we done sledding before?
No,
Not that I recall.
We did sand sledding.
Oh, yep, that's what it was.
If you guys wanted to, you could get some other stuff out of the way first, and then you could take another shot of like. I could give you guys above game a bit more time to think of what to do, and you guys could discuss with like Corey when she's better and Diana as well.
I don't know. What do you think, gang?
Not sure. I am not sure.
Ravan,
Yes.
out of the corner of your eye, you look out of the dining room and you see Theon heading upstairs. Or heading to what you presume is upstairs. Another floor.
Pardon me for a quick second. I continue the conversation. I need to ask a quick question. And Ravan gets up from the table and he kind of just dusts off the crumbs off of him because food. And just goes south.
Ravan is off to pursue Theon.
Okay. We should do something. I like the food, but if I eat any more of it, I'm gonna lose my figure. And looks over to Toshi, kind of like that.
There is now a second orange inside Toshi. Which is interesting considering that 2 oranges would probably be about the exact size as he.
Just
They're
rolling
Frostbite
around
would
the
be
table.
rolling him around.
Yeah.
You know, you think adding another orange would make it look like he's got 2 balls inside him. Now he's just still one big ball. How does that even work?
I make no comment on that one. Also phrasing.
Well, I tell you what, of the ideas that we suggested, I can make it so that we can go sledding. Even if we don't have a good sledding spot nearby.
If we're going to go that route, we might want to get out of the city.
Oh, I figured. We could walk. That'd also give us a chance to kind of look around the city while we're at it.
I mean, we're not going to make any progress just sitting here.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So,
Sounds good to me.
okay. I'm going to go let Corey know and Diana know. And wish Diana the best of luck again.
Alright, so above game, Ravan's going after Theon. Flit is going to meet with Corey and Diana for the moment. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
I'm going to help clean up the kitchen. And, like, help clean up the mess.
Okay, fair enough.
I figured that we're going to have to wait on Ravan and Flit to leave anyway, so Lily's going to help out.
Okay.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
An idea just came across my head. Could I use sending to send a message out to Alana? Weston's wife?
You tried during your little investigation and you got back feedback. Like legit, like feedback inside your brain that hurt you.
Yes, but that was when Weston was working with him. Now that they are no longer affiliated, I'm not sure. The idea was, wait, what have they done anything with her or anything? And he was going to try and check in.
Okay, so you're trying to message her again?
Yes.
Okay. What do you say?
Hey, Alana, just checking in with you. If you can, please tell us where you're at. We can try and come grab you whenever we get the location pinpointed.
Okay. You send off that message and you kind of like prepare yourself expecting feedback to come and hit you back again. And it doesn't. In fact, nothing comes back. No response.
Oh, that's worrying. Alright.
What happened?
Tried to send something to Alana. Nothing came back.
That's... Considering what Weston said before he died, yeah, that's a bit concerning.
It could mean a lot of things. It could mean that she was not able to respond. Or... could mean that she is no longer useful to the Blood Talons.
From what Weston said, I don't think she was useful to begin with. I think because he said they brainwashed her into loving him again.
Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it is all I'm going to say.
We should try to find her, but we have no information. Although, Corvo might.
Maybe something we ask him to look into.
Yeah, but
Meanwhile,
later.
cut to Corvo at the market. Why are there so many cheeses?
We should have told him before he left. If there's too many, just get them all.
I just want Gouda, please!
Some redhead just came in and took all the Gouda.
God damn it!
To brie or not to brie? That is the question.
Jesus, shut up. Alright,
Masara, what you?
so what are you two going to do now? It seems like your friends are splitting up for the moment.
Well, speaking of Weston, I'm probably going to go either try to find where they're keeping him or try to find Garrett.
Okay. Sarah's off to find Garrett. Corbin, what about you?
He is going to, if we're looking for members of the guard, he is going to try and find Nicholas.
Okay. Alright. We've got a few things that people want to do. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see who we start with. That is a 1. We're gonna start with Flit. So Flit, you're going off to talk to Diana and Corey, yes?
Yeah, I was just going to go and kind of give them a heads up on what we were going to do today.
Okay.
Uh,
As you approach Diana's room, you hear a violent
well, that's pleasant. Hey, Diana.
Hi, Flip. You see, she has a few small splatters of rainbow down her front.
You got a little color right there.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Okay.
It doesn't wash off, Flip.
Isn't the Feywild just the worst?
It doesn't wash off. I'm going to have to use magic, Flit, to remove vomit.
Just gonna walk over and give that Christian side hug of, I understand your plight.
You're welcome to come in if you want. Corey's in my bathroom. You see, there's a visible pause as she says that.
Yeah, well, we were talking in the other room with Corvo, and we were thinking about taking the day off.
Okay.
And, well, Corey appears to be indisposed, but
A little bit.
yeah, I think everyone's still taking a little bit to just kind of take care of some own things, and then we were gonna kind of get together and do something. I don't know what it was exactly, but
That sounds lovely.
yeah. Do you actually have a minute? I just wanted to talk with you a little bit.
From the bathroom. You just see her sigh. Yeah, I have a minute.
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm going to be... Jesus.
What was
The
that?
fuck?
What
Fuck.
was
think
that?
Was that Leo?
No, that was coming from Tart's
That
channel.
was a
That
tart.
was my family, I believe. If you all
Are they-
could give me 1 second, I'm going to go figure out what the fuck just happened.
Are they playing Uno?
I don't know. Give me 1 second.
That sounds violent.
Ugh.
Interesting, real quick.
So, how's everyone's day been?
Pretty good.
Interesting.
I'm not addicted to Master Duel, you are.
I mean, yeah. Like, Joe, who
All
do
right,
you think you were directing that at?
I am back. My mom is watching a game right now.
Oh,
Oh.
A sports ball, if you will.
I see.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyways. So, where were we?
I was asking Diana how she was holding up.
Right. I've been better. I mean, I could be worse. Truth be told, I might have eavesdropped on Ravan's conversation with Cedric yesterday. And Cedric took the news really poorly.
I mean, it's understandable. Something like that. How do you react to something like that?
Yeah, but he was angry. And kind of anger I haven't really seen from him before. It was honestly a bit worrying. I've been kind of replaying that scenario in my head over and over again, wondering how Nexus would feel if he saw his dad in that state.
At that statement, Flit kind of goes a little silent. She just kind of sits down on what I assume is a bed or a chair, because I
Yeah.
feel like we're, yeah.
Do you think he knows? Nexus, I mean. He was with them.
When I talked to Aurelia for that little moment, when I brought up Nexus to her, I don't know. Some part of her still, I think, still remembers Nexus as her son. So maybe they interacted with each other. Maybe not even in the way that, I don't know, would cause Nexus to have a negative reaction. I don't know. We've seen that the Hellfire Assembly, they'll go to lengths to keep their members happy.
I keep thinking about whether or not I'm trying to hold out hope. I'm trying to go off the assumption that Aurelia's not in control of herself, that they've brainwashed her or used some sort of magic that restricts her control, but what if she knows what she's doing? What if she's, I don't know, turned? That's the scenario that scares me more than anything.
Well, I can't answer that for you, but what I can do is I can just... She just looked frazzled. I don't know. We know that they're the kind of people they are. We know that they had to... we know that they are capable of brainwashing people. We know that they were operating without her before she, as I guess, assumed command. I don't know. It seems like there's reason to doubt it, but no concrete evidence. I'm sorry, I'm not much help.
No, you're fine. I think I'm just letting all these negative thoughts overwhelm me. We've all been through so much these past few months.
You really have.
Yeah.
None more than Nexus.
I was actually going to ask, well, he's training, actually. After the incident that happened yesterday, he said that he wanted to learn how to use a weapon, how to swing his sword, how to defend his friends and family, to defend me and you guys. I couldn't possibly tell him no. He's right now down there training with Chip and his mentor. If you get a chance, if you guys are planning on doing some like fun group activity, would you mind taking him along with? I gotta stay here and look after Corey, and I don't know when she's gonna be back to full functionality. But in the case that we can't attend, could you at least bring Chip, or can you at least bring Nexus?
It's been a while since we've had the boys with us. I think it'd be wonderful.
I think it'd be good for both of them. At that, you're from the bathroom. It's not even. It doesn't even sound like throw up. It just sounds like a moan. It's like.
You know, apparently the Feywild has a lot of weird shenanigans with time. She could be done in like 3 days or 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll go let everyone else know, and we'll see about. Well, we'll see about bringing Nexus and Chip along, and making sure they have a nice day.
Thank you, Fled. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure Nexus will as well.
I'm curious. He could use a break.
We all could.
And and I'm sure Chip could really enjoy some love stabbings. I don't know what he calls it.
He had a term for it, but it's escaping me.
I'm sure my shins will know all too well in a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find Nexus.
All right. Thank you.
And hey, Diana.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, no matter what they did, it doesn't change what she was before.
See her sort of. Sorry, did you have more?
No.
Okay. See her sort of hesitate, and she thinks for a moment. And she doesn't say anything, but she nods her head gently.
But we'll give a slight smile and go and find Nexus.
All right. We're going to come back to that if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Don't let me forget. Let's see. Who's up next? Yeah. Ooh. We're going to go to Ravan next. Let me change the music. I'm going to have everyone have a different track. Let's see.
Oh no.
Ravan.
Yes.
You sort of follow Theon over to where you know his room to be. And you see him enter his room, but he leaves his door open. You remember your conversation with him from yesterday. Prospect
Closing his eyes. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the prospect of becoming a blood hunter is serious. You haven't honestly had a lot of time to think about it. But you feel prepared to talk with him about your options.
Give me strength. Kind of knocks on the door a little bit. Theon, you are in.
Mr. Sionis, please come in. You'll
Well-
have to forgive me. It's been a long morning. You can see he's pouring himself what looks to be a glass of wine, even though it is maybe 10 in the morning.
I mean, morning mimosas are a thing. Above king.
Breakfast wine.
Ravan will enter in the room and close the door gently. I see you are partaking of the drink a little earlier.
Just a little something to clear my head for a moment. The news your group brought us yesterday is, well, it's had quite the effect. Everyone's taking it one way or another. It's certainly difficult. That's nothing well, I can't lie to you. We all knew it was a likely scenario, Aurelia being an enemy in this fight that we're doing, but I don't think any of us expected the role that she would take in it. It's severe. And I know Cedric's taking it the hardest. Cedric is a man of... He can be a talkative man, but he had very few words to share during that meeting, and it was a bit startling. I would be lying if I said I wasn't at least a bit worried.
Should. I cannot fathom what Cedric is going through at this current moment in time. However, to know the events that have transpired, to be left alone with the thoughts of the future, of what we are to deal with, it is never a good thing.
Cedric is not a fool. He knows what's at stake. But I fear that he's going to push himself too far to make sure that he rights a wrong he never committed. He's a good man. But he has not always made the best decisions.
Decisions are never truly made at the right times. I can easily say this. Decision making is something that is far more difficult to put in practice. In theory, it is easy to talk, but to act, that is another beast.
There's a wisdom behind that. Well spoken. But
It is the tenants.
go ahead.
Oh, he just said it is the tenets of the creed that I follow. Glory.
Speaking of you, he says, setting the wine glass down. Come. Let's continue our conversation from yesterday. Let's not linger on something that we can't change. And he kind of gestures to a small seating area by a fireplace over on the side of the room.
Ravan will acknowledge and walk to the seating place, kind of just keeping his helm underneath his right arm, and just setting it down on the floor as soon as he takes a seat.
He takes the other seat, and you watch as he flicks his wrist at the fireplace, and you watch as it alights and flame. No stoke, it just goes up. You've seen it a number of times, but it's always a bit enticing in a way. So, yesterday, you were mentioning that you weren't satisfied with your current level of power, that you feared it might not be enough for what's to come. You mentioned how you didn't wish to make deals with devils or that you weren't a clergyman. I suggested the idea of becoming a blood hunter. How does that make you feel? What do you know about blood hunters, Ravan?
Excellent question. Above game. Would I need to roll a history or a religion?
For blood hunters, I would say history or arcana.
History it is, then, because arcana is crap. Boy. Yeet. Ah! Dirty 20!
Nice. You know that blood hunters are a rarity in this realm. Blood hunters are almost an endangered species. That there are so few of them that they can be counted on probably a small number of hands. There aren't many, but those that are around have a reputation of being brutal fighters, extremely capable warriors, being able to use your blood to enhance your own power. The legends are that some of them are born into it, that some are created. But you've met a number of blood hunters now. You've met Garrett, and you met King Vandalar.
I'm familiar with these stories, as well as having experienced the first-hand works between Garrett and King Vandalar. A rarity, quite composed, battle-hardened, quite possibly one of the more dangerous in terms of combative capabilities, especially when you infuse hemiomancy.
Do you know why there are so few blood hunters in this realm, Ravan?
I could give a few theories, but I would assume none of them would probably be correct.
It's because the process for becoming a blood hunter is excruciating. Very few have compatible blood to be able to become a blood hunter, and even fewer survive the process that it takes to become one. As the legends say, some are born. But, as you can imagine, being infantile is extremely difficult for one to survive that process. So, those who know about their compatibility often grow and attempt to become one through artificial means. The process that invokes is excruciating, it's brutal, it can completely destroy your mind and body, and many who endure it do not survive. The reason I'm telling you this is because if you are to go through this process of becoming a blood hunter, you would not be the man you are now. It could very well destroy your psyche. It could tear your body apart. I heard of a man one time whose blood leaked through his pores and out through his fingertips. He didn't survive that. If that would happen to you, neither would you. So
See.
before you endure this process, before you consider it, I need you to really think about your other options.
Vaughn. Ravan puts his hand up to his face, and he kind of just he thinks about it.
As you're thinking about it, as you're pondering what this could mean for you, there's no guarantee it will work. You're not sure what it would do to you. You're not sure you would even survive. But you think about the people who are depending on you, your family, your missing father. And then there's a moment of warmth that courses through your body as you hear a small yip next to you. You look down, and at your feet sits Raikiri. Not the sword, but the Kitsune fox spirit. Theon seems to see this as well, as he looks down at Raikiri and goes, "Well, who is this little friend you've brought before me, Ravan?" And you watch as he gently holds his hand out to Raikiri, who almost immediately comes up and begins to nuzzle it.
Is the spirit Raikiri? It is a friend that I made along the way while we were in our journeys over towards the Isles of the East. The South, really.
I'm not sure you informed us about this. Not that I remember, anyway.
Forgive. It was a... We were searching for the artifacts at that point in time.
No, it's quite alright. What are you capable of, little friend? And you see as he says that, Raikiri kind of looks up at him, and then there's an audible, like, zap. And he kind of pulls his hand back a bit as if, like, somebody, like, you know how, like, you zap somebody with static electricity?
Yeah.
He kind of, like, pulls back and, like, shakes his hand a bit. Ooh. You are potent, aren't you? And then he ponders for a second. Where did this Raikiri come from?
Kind of looks down towards the blade that Raikiri originates from, and he goes, "There was a guardian of the lighthouse when we were requiring the lantern. The guardian was a spirit of a fallen warrior, so to speak.
Yes, Akira.
Yes. Raikiri was the chooser of the Guardian.
As you say that, Rekiri sort of like runs in a small circle, and then they come up and they get up on their hind legs and they like put their front paws on your lap and they look up at you, and you can see the tails moving back and forth.
Chooser's not as grand of a word, but I would say they are the original Guardian, who, well, selects a compatriot Guardian to assist him. What you see here is merely but a fraction of the power Raikiri can wield. I've seen this power. It's quite honestly terrifying, really.
As you're saying this, he's looking at you and Raikiri, and he is pondering. He's thinking. Ravan, didn't you mention when you went to retrieve the bow of Ida, you mentioned you came across a spirit guide?
Yeah. It was a... Oh goodness, it was... quite an effort, really.
Spirits aren't exactly my forte. Perhaps this spirit guide can give us a bit more information. I'm going to go run an errand. Come find me in about an hour or two. Keep that sword close. I have an idea.
Keep it as close to me as my heart.
He gets up, and you watch as he grabs his staff that was kind of leaning over to the side, and he taps it. In a flash of light, he vanishes from the room. You see this, and you hear down in front of you a little, like a small playful growl from Raikiri, who's just looking up at you. And it's weird hearing noises from them, considering Raikiri doesn't have a mouth. Their form is almost like art, almost seems like a work of art in a way. They almost seem like two-dimensional to a degree. They don't have a mouth, they don't have a nose. They are almost like this just pure white figure with the orange and yellow patterns across their form. And they're just sitting there staring up at you.
Well, little friend, it seems you've opened a door that even I was not aware of. Kind of nuzzles. Well, kind of puts a hand towards the nuzzling.
They
And-
immediately move into it with passion.
The Fates, they are very curious today. Let us see what they offer.
We're going to put a pin in that for now, if that is okay with you.
Means.
Okay. Let me roll another d6, and we're going to move to someone else for now. Let me find a song. Here we go. New track. Corvin. You're going to find Nicholas, yes?
Yes.
You go up to Nicholas's workshop, where he normally is. His castle workshop. And you see he is there, just in his chair. It's weird seeing him at rest, as what I can describe. Normally he's moving around, working on things, but this is the moment where he is properly still for a moment. You don't think he hears
Like,
you
is he-
actually come in?
Like, is he like asleep, or is he like just
No,
kind of
he's just sitting
leaning
at his
back?
workbench. He's you can see he's like dabbing his forehead with a handkerchief. That he's just not actively doing anything at the moment like he normally is.
Yeah, that is definitely weird. At the door, he's just gonna knock to make his presence known.
As you knock, he nearly like shoots up like, ah, oh, Ravan, hello, please come in. Mia,
Walks.
dreadful
Yeah, just
fright.
walks on it. Didn't mean to. You look a little. I'm not going to lie. It's weird seeing you sit down for a change.
Isn't it? It's it has been a long morning.
I assume you've been briefed on Aurelia's position.
yeah. It's certainly news, right? First Ariana, and now Aurelia. It's. I can't lie to you. It's rough, but we'll get through it. We have to, right? Then here, guard.
How are you feeling?
Me?
Be honest with me.
Honesty. I'm... Well, Cedric and Aurelia have always been very near and dear to my heart. They were the ones that got me into the whole adventuring business. They were the ones who really got me in with this group, Aurelia especially. Aurelia was the glue that held the group together, you know? Now with this news of her being Normandir's chosen, I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of anyone, but I feel like I might have put a damper in the group a bit, in the whole dynamic. I think people are struggling to figure out how to go about things. I think we're all having a bit of trouble processing. You know?
Well, it's like you said, you were so close, and now here she is chosen by some elder being to I get revenge on the world itself, it feels like.
Yeah. It's definitely rough. It's rough. But
All I have to say is I'm sorry. It has to be rough for all of you.
you see, he pauses for a second, and he looks like he's going to go on some elaborate spiel, but he stops himself short. Thank you. That means a lot. It's gonna be a rough few days, but we're gonna get through this together, right?
Yes, most definitely.
I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to probably depend on you more than I think we originally would have, or originally thought, at least.
Well, I don't see anybody leaving anytime soon. Me, and shockingly, me especially. But I actually came here with a purpose.
Yeah, please.
Mostly was
what can I help you with?
I was a couple of things. Have you made any headway with that necklace to hopefully track them?
Yes, actually, a little bit. No severe breakthroughs, but I have determined a few things about it. One, wherever this broadcast, quote unquote, is going, wherever the other end of it is, I am really close. This is mainly theories, but I really think we need to consider the idea that they are not on this plane. Wherever the other end of this is, and he's like gesturing at the necklace, I'm less and less sure that this is in the prime material. Or, and he holds up a finger when he says that. Or, if it is in the prime material, it's someplace with wacky magic and is incredibly hard to access. And I can only think of a few places like that. One of them is significant.
Now, hopefully this will actually help. I tried to send a sending spell to one of their captors, and I received this hazy gravity feedback, and it didn't hurt as bad as it didn't hurt as bad as hindsight, but at the time it was eye-opening, to say the least.
Kind of made you feel a bit wonky?
A little.
Kind of like a bad hangover, but like all in like the course of a second?
Like 6 seconds, yes.
Oh, I see. If that's the case, that narrows it down a little bit, because that could very well mean that they have some sort of system set up to restrict divination spells coming in and out. But
your theory about it being on another plane of existence actually does kind of spark an idea because in my research, I've been trying to study plane shifting in itself, and if they have Aurelia pretty much as their boss, that wouldn't be too out of the realm of possibilities, because clerics are able to plane shift.
If I remember correctly, Aurelia had the capability of spawning demi-planes.
So it's a plane of her own making, then, is where they're hiding.
Possibly. I mean, this is all speculation, but it's possible. Now, I should say, that wasn't originally her power. She acquired a powerful item through our journeys. I don't remember if it was a necklace or a brooch or whatnot, but it's what allowed her to. And we used that several times to get out of sight, and rest and not have to worry about people lingering down on us, especially, Big Dragon Man who was trying to destroy the world.
Well, is this item anything like the Magnificent Mansion spell? I've been looking into that as well.
In a way, but it was specifically for the spell Demiplane. I can't guarantee that that's what they're doing as their primary headquarters, he says in air quotes, but it's definitely something within her capabilities.
I'll have to look into that next time I'm trying to do some research for my own teleportation practicing. Oh, speaking of which, actually, he kind of just reaches into his bag and pulls out Drew's Dimension Door necklace.
Ooh.
What do you know of anything that can break magic items?
You can see his expression changes as you ask that. You see his eyes go wide a bit, his mouth, his lips squished together and drop down on his face. Well, Typically, the only thing that can break magic items is magic itself, another magic item, or no, that's about 99% of cases, and the other cases, weird stuff. But typical mundane items, weapons, factors, weather, those wouldn't have effects on magic items. Magic items can only be affected physically by other magic. Whether it's
Sorry, go ahead.
whether it's a item in form or a spell.
What about using said item to... using an item to go right back into another plane of existence as... I don't know, this is pure speculation, of course. As a city is shifting back into another plane of existence.
Well, you see, he says that, and then he kind of like puts his finger up to his lips, and he starts like staring at a like obscure corner, and he thinks for a few moments. Well, I assume you're referring to, you know,
something akin to that.
if we are referring to something of that circumstance, that takes an absurd amount of magical power to plane shift an entire city. So...
Oh, that, yeah, okay, that, it was definitely Navilis, but something's not lining up to what I remember.
So, realistically, in that circumstance, if you were to use a magical item while that amount of magical power is coursing through the air, it's not unlikely that it could push stress on that item, almost like two spells clashing together. And it could potentially damage an item like that.
She may be telling some form of the truth then. Frustrating.
You say this out loud?
Yes.
Who? Who might be telling the truth?
Let's just say somebody I knew from Navilis, and I remember the story going one way, she's telling me another, and I don't like the implications.
I see. That sounds like a thing to work out between you. That sounds out of my field of expertise. I make a lot of magic items. I am not a public relations person. I'm not HR. But if you want my opinion on it, in terms of with the insane amount of magical power an Archfey, I might add, must use to transport a city like that, it's possible that the item could have been damaged in the process, especially if the city was in the middle of warping when it was used.
Now, you say this, but does it need to be in use? Or is it just more or less they could just walk onto the city streets as it's disappearing, and then that's when it broke?
See, he thinks for a few moments. I guess it would depend on the amount of power being used. I mean, Corladora would be shifting a whole city. You would have to realistically imbue that entire city with that magical essence. So, theoretically, I suppose so. If you were to stumble and fall with a magic necklace like that one around your neck, as the city was imbued with the magical power, there's potential that it could shift because the city is then in its own form magical.
How difficult would it be to get it repaired?
see it? He says, like, holding out his hand.
Hands it over.
I could easily have this fixed by the end of the day.
If you don't mind, like, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do thank you for everything that you've been doing for us.
Yeah, of course. It was good to talk. Things have been a bit hectic lately.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little. But if you need me, you know where to find me.
Of course. I'll come back later on tomorrow for the for that necklace.
He gives a thumbs up and he spins back around in his chair and he gets to work.
You will head out.
Okay. Alright. On that note, we will put a pin in there. We will move on to the next person. We're gonna go to Lily. Lily, you start, as your friends start spraying out, you're like, well, I can't just leave all this stuff here for the staff to clean up. So you start picking up, like, stacks of dishes, stacks and stacks, and bringing them back into the kitchen, where you see a lot of the kitchen staff are working on various things. And as you are bringing the dishes in and you're stacking them in the kitchen, you see a few workers kind of eyeing you and giving a bit of pleasant smiles, and eventually one of them speaks up, an older human gentleman who goes, "Oh, dear, thank you so much. We really appreciate the extra work, or the extra hands to help clean us with all this, especially with a big spread such as this."
Not a problem, sir. I know me and my companions can be a bit much sometimes.
Well, this is our job, but we appreciate the help regardless. If you need anything else, you make sure to let us know, yeah?
She nods politely.
Lily, you are going to gain 1 favor from the kitchen staff.
Whoa! Heck yeah!
So, feel free to put that down in your inventory if you want.
I'm gonna add that to my treasure, because that's
Aww!
more special.
That's wholesome. I love it. As that was pretty short, did you have anything else you wanted to do for now?
Not really. I mean, she'd be helping cleaning and stuff, and probably tending to the animals. Because we have dogs. Lily's gonna go play with the dogs.
You go find Rocky and Muggsy.
And I'm gonna take them outside and play fetch with them and
Aww.
watch Frostbite spaz out on the ground.
Making a mental note of that for later, for the pet one-shot.
Hey, Muggsy, go get this stick for me. Go, okay, boss.
Now, to be fair, these dogs are probably the same size as her.
They're decently close. They're probably about half to 2/3 of your height.
I can ride them, so...
You can ride them, yes. Alright. Well, in that case, we'll move on to Sarah, our last person. Sarah, you go and you hunt down Garrett, who... It seems to be pretty fully recovered from the shit going on yesterday. That went on yesterday. You see he's just kind of taken to an empty room. It doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be anything special about this room. It seems to just be pacing for a moment, kind of deep in thought.
I assume the door is open.
Yeah, there's actually, like, no proper door to this room. It's just a little, like, opening.
Sarah would probably lightly knock on the wall then, just to announce her presence.
He stops and he looks over at you. Oh, hey kid. You know, I
I'm
didn't get
sorry.
a chance to give you guys a bit of credit for what you did yesterday. You guys did good work.
Well, we didn't exactly stop Sigmotus from rising.
No, but it could have been worse.
But that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Corvo mentioned you brought back my uncle's body.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning about how he was family and all, and I figured it was at least the hospitable thing to do. Figured he might have been a bastard, but at least now you can give him a burial or burn him or whatever you want to do.
It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I left him in the med bay, which might have freaked out the nurses a little bit. So, if you and I want to go down there and get him out of there, probably sooner rather than later, that might be ideal for them at least.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Okay, let's go do that. We can talk and walk.
Alright. Is there somewhere more private we can keep his body until I can manage to get it back to Dawnfeld?
If you're wanting to preserve the body, I would talk to one of the more magically inclined folks about that. Diana's the new archpriest. I think the Echo Dea has a private tomb or something, or like a catacombs or whatever. I'd probably talk to her to see if maybe you can hold him down there until, a better time.
Yeah, that would probably work.
Alright, we can go talk to her then.
Alright. I just figure he's family. He deserves to be buried with the rest of the family, even
You
if
and
he
I share
was
the
a
same
bastard.
sentiment then.
Well, it is home. Family's family, no matter what.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah. Family was an idea for me at one point.
Yeah? What ended up happening?
Well, Ari and I had big plans, get married, start a family, etc. It was continue the Silverstone bloodline, keep the people happy. And, well, you see he sort of pauses for a moment, and you can see he's holding back a few emotions.
I don't think anyone's ever told us. How did she end up dying?
Well, Ari and I were the last line of defense for the Web of Erebus. We as well as a small company of soldiers, all skilled and advanced in their own right. We were the final wall before Normandyr broke down and entered the ritual chamber where the Web of Erebus was being created. I got hurt. Bad. I got knocked unconscious. I don't remember anything after that. I remember waking up. But according to them, she sacrificed herself protecting me and keeping Normandyr at bay so the ritual would be completed. She was the final nail in the coffin for Normandyr. All that power, and he couldn't stop a single woman. And you can
I'm so
see
sorry.
Sarah, he's not very expressive in his emotions, but you can see his eyes beginning to well up a bit as he's talking about this.
I'm so sorry, Garrett.
Yeah, me too. After that, I was done. I got out of the adventuring business. I just went to a quiet place, made a small cabin by hand, and just lived out the days, rarely venturing into another city, helping the occasional lost traveler find their way back to the road. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? He says, nudging you.
Yeah, just a little. Other than I didn't build my cabin by hand. I fixed it up, but didn't build it.
Funny how things work out that way, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely interesting.
I've never been a clergyman. I've never been a man of the church. But Ari had all these ideas and visions and prospects. It was one of the things I love most about her. And now it's certainly filled my thoughts for a long while, you know?
Yeah, it certainly seems like she was a wonderful woman.
One of the best.
Who knows? Maybe when all this Normandyr bullshit is over, maybe we can get her back with us.
Well, that'd be ideal, but I'd rather be pessimistic. I don't want to get my hopes up just to have them crushed again, you know?
Pessimistic or realistic?
Either or.
Fair enough.
Is around this time that you guys begin to enter the med bay, where far off to one side, over by the wall, lays the body of Weston Smith. On a single bed.
Sarah kind of takes a deep breath before continuing forward and goes to the bedside.
Garrett's right there with you, and as you approach, he goes, I also made sure to grab his things. I know he had these two fucking things, and he, like, you can see on a small, like, table next to Weston's body are his two revolvers.
It's appreciated. Corvo's going to teach me and Corvin how to use these. Gotta say, after being killed by one, got a little bit of a morbid curiosity with the things.
They'll do that, yeah? I wasn't usually a scimitar kind of guy, and you see he flashes one of his swords. But then you get hurt badly by something like this, and it piques your interest, you know?
Yeah. Down there in the dive, that was most definitely an interesting experience. Not one I'll soon be forgetting.
If you wanna stay here, say a few words, I can go grab Diana and discuss getting him a spot.
If you could do that, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, thank you.
And he walks off, leaving you alone with Weston.
Oh, God Lord, what? I've never been one for words after death. Just wish I knew what happened. What got you to the breaking point. I mean, obviously, there's everything that you mentioned while I was... God damn it! And Sarah's kind of tearing up at this point.
Sarah, as you're peering over his body, you notice something clutched in his hand, his right hand. Looks like a piece of paper.
Okay. Shit, I assume his body's stiff. So, if I were to try and get it, I'd have to, like, break his fingers or something, wouldn't I?
I would just call for a strength check.
Okay. I'll roll that then.
Okay.
$21.
You're able to open up his hand enough to where you're able to pull a small note out from underneath.
What is this? And she'll read it.
You open it up, and it looks like an old note, maybe a few weeks old. It doesn't have a lot of words on it. It just says, "Hey pup, if you're reading this, you got the better of me. You did good. I'm sorry I wasn't the uncle I could have been. This voice inside is getting the better of me, making me do shit I don't want to do. Thank you for putting me at peace."
Oh shit, now I feel bad.
And just like that, Sarah has experienced her first D&D storytelling swerve. The thing you thought you wanted maybe wasn't the thing you actually wanted. Now you feel bad about it.
I more so feel bad I wasn't the one to do it. Shit.
No one's gonna kill him except for me. Oh, I feel that now.
Well, gonna have to smack Corbin later.
Why?
He's the one that transferred the voice to Weston.
That's fair, I guess.
Don't blame me! Blame Marissa!
Okay, fair enough.
To be
Because
fair, Corvin also didn't have a fucking choice in the matter.
I got that shit from Corey, she got that shit from Marissa, so if we go down the line of trickle-down economics here, it's Marissa's fault.
Trickle-down economics. I like the idea of trickle-down economics for a warlock patron.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Alright. I guess, does he have anything else on him still? Aside from clothes, I would hope.
Mainly basic adventuring gear. He's got like he had like a backpack which wasn't on him, but you do see it's like off to the side with the guns. It's got like a bedroll in there. It's got like some food and whatnot. You do find 10 plat on his, or 10 plat in various like silvers and golds and platinums in his pack.
Okay.
You do see, as you're kind of going along, you kind of like start looking at his arm a bit more, and you can see he actually has what appears to be wrist daggers.
Oh. That's interesting. I don't think he ever used those against us, did he?
No, he primarily used the guns.
This motherfucker is part of the Assassin's Guild? Oh, shit.
Okay, that's amusing.
Above game, I can go through his inventory a bit later and put in the Discord what all he had on him. If you want.
That's fine.
Okay. I will mark that down as a reminder for myself.
Alright, thank you. Well, Uncle Les may not have been the uncle you could have been, but maybe your stuff can help us out a little bit.
You look over Sarah and you can see around this time, Diana and Garrett are waiting by the doorway, just kind of waiting for you to finish.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the 2 guns and go meet them.
Okay. Around Weston's waist is his gun belt and holsters, if you want to take that as well.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
And what kind of guns are these?
They are revolvers. I will, after the session, when I do his inventory, I'll also mark down their stats.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah. But you have Ebony and Ivory.
Oh, I didn't know they had names.
They do. Which they have completely original names, which no one in any form of media has ever used ever. Smile.
I'm just thinking of the song, if I'm being completely honest.
I guess Sarah really got the jackpot.
Boo!
Slapping you.
Boo!
I'm just saying, CG, with that joke in the end, we're all satisfied.
Why do I feel like it's a good thing that one went over my head?
Because that's a very obscure
That was a
reference
very
to that
obscure
game.
reference, yes.
That was a very obscure reference for a very obscure part of that game no one remembers.
But Sarah,
Okay then.
Sarah, you go over to Garrett and Diana looks at you and goes, "Hey, you alright?"
I will be. Definitely not the first family I've lost.
I'll make sure to get a spot for him to where he's, well, comfortable, I guess, but where he won't be disturbed.
I would appreciate it.
And
I'll get him out of there as soon as I can. I just need to be able to get to Dawnfeld first.
Yeah. We've added proper security measures to our mausoleum in the Akodea, so hopefully you won't have another scenario like what happened with Aurelia.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, as you can imagine, that was one of my first things I did.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, if someone were to revive him, there's the possibility of bringing back an Archlich.
Yeah. But just say the word and I'll get the preparations ready to move his body.
whenever you have the time, Diana. Don't feel the need to rush on my account.
She nods and she goes, okay. I should still be able to do it before the end of the day, or at least get the process going. So we should be able to get him in there tonight or tomorrow, I would think.
Okay. I think the nurses here would appreciate that.
Yeah, probably. So you can see the nurses they have their patients like pretty far away from where Weston's body is.
I would imagine. Alright. Thank you again, Diana.
Yeah, of course.
And thank you too, Garrett.
Garrett doesn't say anything. He nods and gives you a small smile, which is pretty rare for Garrett to do.
Sarah will give a smile back, which pretty much everyone knows by now is equally rare for her.
We're gonna put a pin in that scene.
Alright.
What time is it? It is 10:51. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
All right.
I'm not.
You're not? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Then I will tell y'all what. We're gonna do one last little scene, and then we will wrap for the night. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Fine by me.
Sounds good.
Let me change my music real quick. Ravan. The hour or two seems to really crawl by, waiting for Theon. You start speculating as to what ideas he may have. You start thinking to yourself about your family, your father, your mother who misses him, and you eventually subconsciously find your way back to your room. And as you do, you see in front of the door Esmeralda Silverstone, who appears to be crouched down at the door. It looks like she's got a letter in her hand.
Esmeralda.
As you say her name, she shoots up. Oh, Mr. Sionis. Oh, she scared me.
I apologize for the sudden shock to the system.
No, it's all right. I didn't hear you inside your room, so I was going to leave this, but if you're here, I can give this to you in person. Truth be told, despite the deliberations we had regarding the news with Aurelia, I was here for another matter of business. That was to give you this. She hands you a very nice embroidered letter. And on the front, it just says Ravan. But you could tell it's in your mother's handwriting.
This is my mother's handwriting. I
She
see.
had typhus bring this to me yesterday. I was preparing to come and bring it to you, and then this whole thing happened, and ended up coming here anyway. I don't know what it's about, but he said it was serious, so I figured I'd deliver it in person.
See, I thank you for this, Esmeralda, or Lady Silverstone.
Please,
I
call me Esmeralda.
I understand. Will do.
Are you alright? I have a sort of sixth sense of being able to tell when somebody has a lot on their mind, and you have a lot on your mind.
Preparations. Planning.
Oh yeah? Is that what they call it?
Well,
She says with almost a bit of a cheeky smirk.
it is nothing like that, Esmeralda.
I know.
It's just...
I'm just messing with you.
You do better jokes than Reno.
He's never been very good with them, has he?
He has good execution, not so good timing.
Yeah, I would agree on that. And then you see her smile kind of fades for a second. I know you and your friends have had a lot going on, but if you need, or anyone in your group really, if any of you need someone to talk to, I'm available. And I've found that I'm at least decent at helping people work through their problems.
Agree as well. You have done much in such ways that even I cannot begin to describe.
You flatter me. It's in the family business, I suppose, right? You and I both understand what that's like.
That I do. Difference is, you have higher pedigree, whereas I am but the second-born. The spare, so to speak.
The spare. Don't sell yourself so low. Not many people can say they're a member of the Vanahir Guard.
Agreed. But... well... nah, it is nothing. Anyways.
No, tell me. I'm curious.
Still does not help being the smallest, well, the second smallest of the three siblings.
Hey, your brother Typhus might be bigger. He may be the current head of House Sionis, but where is he now? Sitting behind a desk doing paperwork and hating it. Where are you right now?
Out here, potentially losing fingers and limbs.
You're doing just like your dad would want you to do. Fighting the good fight, right?
Yeah. Though honestly, I pity more. I pity more for the sake of anyone that tries to get in the way of Helena. Even my brother cannot put restraint upon her will.
Sounds like my sister Ari. She was one hell of a fighter. She fought for everything, you know? She always makes sure to fight for what was right.
Even under the current circumstances, she still fights like hell. She practically put me on my... well, she put me on my Tukish quite quickly.
There was a bit of an awkward pause. And then she goes, well, I will be around for a bit longer if you need me. I won't get in the middle of your business.
It is fine, Esmeralda. I thank you. If anything, just take care of yourself and keep watch of Cedric. I know it is a tumultuous time, but he still has things to anchor him.
I believe that. You take care of yourself too, alright?
Shut.
And you see she, like, kind of pauses for a moment, and then she turns and moves back down the hallway. Ravan, you kind of hold up this letter again. And you realize you kind of got distracted in the moment of the conversation. It has a bit of heft to it. You get the idea there's something more than just a letter in there. And there's an odd, like, bump in the crease. What do you do?
He'll look to his left, look to his right, open his room first. Open up the door to his room. Go in there and kind of walk in, sit down, and slowly open the letter by kind of, like penknifing it with a dagger.
Yeah. There's likely a letter opener in your room. You
Yeah.
slice them with the letter. Inside, I'm going to go over what the letter says before I reveal what the other contents are.
Of course.
You pull out the letter and you open it up. It's written from your mother. Ravan, I am scared about what fate has befell your father. I awoke this morning to find this by my bedside. Your brother suggested that you hold on to it. I hope it will protect you like it did your father. Take care of yourself, my dear son. Come home soon. With love, Genevieve Sionis. And as you dump the rest of the envelope into your hand, you are taken aback as you find your father's brooch falls from the envelope. And that is where we're going to wrap tonight.
Oh no. The plot thickens.
The plot thickens, the thick plottins. However, I do have good news. This is your father's lucky brooch. It does not require attunement, and you get 1 point of lucky while you have this pinned onto your armor.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
You get one.
Okay.
You get 1 point of lucky that restores at dawn.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that is acting as the literal pin on.
And as it is your father's pin, the pin of House Ionis, it has your family. It is a brooch of your family's sigil. Your family's crest, I guess you could say. So, you have that now. But, thank you all for joining us tonight. Another session in the bag. Thank you all for joining us. Let's go down the line. Let's actually start with our big Goliath paladin with daddy issues. Ravan. J Frost. Where can people find you?
Oh boy. Hi everybody. You can find me at twitch.tv/jfrost747, where, honestly, once I finally get rid of this crud that I've been dealing with for the past couple days, we'll probably be doing some actual real streaming. Especially with Total War coming out soon. Other than that, find me on Twitter at Frost747J, where shitposts are galore. Yes.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. I'll revoke the card. Subject me to crime and punishment already.
Before you pass it to someone, I need to thank Vaughn who just raided us. Hey,
Oh shit!
we just wrapped up our session. I hope you had a good stream, Vaughn, and thank you for the resub as well. What are we doing tonight? What is Vaughn doing? Oh, Spirit Fair. That's a game that I need to play and be sad at.
That's a game that makes me cry.
Yeah, that's a game that I want to play that I know is gonna make me cry.
Prepare to Cry edition.
I guess while I'm also thanking people, I'll also thank Hozboy, the Haza, for the raid
Yeah.
earlier in the night. Y'all are lovely. But, J Frost, go ahead and pass it to someone.
I'll pass this off to somebody who deserves it. Hey, River, catch.
What? Smack.
Schmack.
Me. You can find me over at twitch.tv/wickedriver97, where I'm probably going to be playing Pokemon tomorrow.
Woo!
I'm going to try to beat the champion, and I'm gotta fill out my Pokedex again.
Yeah, River is playing catch up.
I had to restart a full Pokemon game, and I hated every second of it.
I believe
I
it.
forgot how annoying Hop was. And then Tuesday I should be having D&D, I hope. But that's it for me. Hey, Joe, take this.
What's up?
Das Yeet.
Oh, hang on. It's coming. Got it. All right. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Joe_Mojo, on Twitter at TheJoeMojo. We will not. I'm usually the host of Firing Line and your recap show for Multiverse Nexus Wrestling. But this coming Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we are not doing a Firing Line proper, mostly because there was a flashbang earlier on today, and I would not have been able to get everything done in time for another show. But
What we are doing
then,
Joe?
we are going to be handing out some awards. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Nexies are upon us. Come by, put on your best suit, put on a tie, put on whatever you think is formal wear, or just show up and have some fun. And please join us as we give out awards for stuff like the best wrestler of 2021, the best gimmick, best tag team, best feud, best match. It is going to be all kinds of fun. So please join us this coming Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this to CG. Catch. Sure.
I get beamed in the head and I fall over on the ground. Hi, I'm the CG. I currently have a headache and it sucks. But you can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media. That said, you can find me over on Jack the Questionable's channel every Thursday for Ambria. You can find me here every Sunday for Exelia Regalia, which you're hopefully enjoying. And you can also find me also on this channel every other Tuesday, starting up again this week for the Curse of Strahd. Hope everyone's excited to go back to
Yes.
Barovia.
I ate a child.
And nothing
Pie
can go
forward.
wrong.
Imagine the tart gets betrayed by his own kind.
I know.
But that's it for me. I'm going to pass it to, I think Sarah's the only one left, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. Catch.
They can find me over at twitch.tv/wolfstalker16. I was hoping to be back streaming this week. I think I fucked up today and gave myself dry socket from my wisdom teeth that were removed on Monday.
Ooh.
So yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna be back to streaming, but hopefully soon. Um, when I do get back to streaming, I'm going to be playing things like Tomb Raider, Stardew Valley, The Long Dark, and anything that people would like to see me stream. I do still need to hit affiliate. I'm not affiliated, so that's going to be my first goal. But other than that, I've got nothing. Tart, it's yours.
Hello, 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 guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Farting Tart. I am the DM here at Dummies and Disasters Exilia Regalia, which, for those of you who came in during the raids and may not know what this is a homebrew D&D 5e campaign that I run here on the channel, that I run for my lovely, lovely friends. We do this every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's a good time. It's a good time. But if you're maybe not a D&D connoisseur like the rest of us, which if you're coming from Vaughn's channel, I would be surprised if you aren't, I also do variety games here at twitch.tv/fartingtart. Last week I did Boyfriend Dungeon. This week I am going to attempt to play through Metroid Dread before Pokemon Legends comes out on Friday.
Oh god, that's Friday.
Yeah, it comes
Hell
out Friday.
yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna
get
have to
fucking
lurk.
bullied by a wall raid.
I'm gonna have to lurk on your stream then, because it's gonna be a few more months before I even think about touching it.
I'm excited. I am going to get my ass kicked by a Bidoof. By a level 80 Bidoof. But yeah, I do D&D, I do variety games. I also help out with things such as Bears of the Torch on twitch.tv/TrashKingArisen. And I'm just an all-around, just a guy. I'm just a guy.
Just a little guy.
I'm just a little guy. It's my birthday. And on that note, let's rate someone, shall we?
I
have-
Dumpsy kind of guy, Lord Coordinator, Sasquatch Wing, Sean, and Arkolf just started.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
This is someone who has not been streaming in several months because of personal life stuff and also
It might be who I think you're
work.
thinking
Yeah, Grizz.
Yeah, Grizzly Adams. He
Because
did
the
just go
Murder
live.
Cave's back.
Yeah, I was about to say Murder Cave is fucking streaming Monster Hunter Rise. From what I could tell, Bob, Grizz, and Arkolf all just went live. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna raid Grizz. We've never raided Grizz before. Oh my fucking god! I pulled up his stream and he is on.
Yep.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yep.
Oh, he's got that curse.
He's got the mods. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna raid Grizzly.
Yeah. Now you see part 2 of why I suggested Grizzly.
Choo-choo rating you.
That's gonna be a raid message, actually.
Oh,
you. Yes.
Choo-choo
Choo-choo rating you.
Oh, Jesus.
Go show Grizz a bit of love. He definitely deserves it. It's been a
Hell
while
yeah.
since we've seen him on Twitch, and he has had a bit of a rough little while. So go show him a bit of love. We will be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, stop Asian hate, and most importantly, you matter. Love you all, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Boy.
See ya.